What's going on, everyone? My name is Miles. Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another one that was requested in the comments just a couple days ago, and that is the advanced movement guide. Now, I can't stress to you how important movement is in this game. Movement is one of the most crucial aspects of Apex Legends, especially in ranked mode. And one of the most annoying things that I hear is that when people want to get better, people say that they want to grind and want to get to that next level. A lot of times those are the same people that are saying that they don't need to learn this or that mechanic, that, oh, I'll probably never use that one. I'll probably only need to use it once. It's not that important. It's not really urgent for me to learn that. There's a quote by a man named Eric Thomas that said, "Greatness is a lot of small things done well." And I think that's really true for Apex, because honestly, most of you can probably make a lot of good plays in Apex, but what makes one player better than the other and what's going to help you get from that one rank to the next is learning how to be consistent with those great plays. Not just getting a 1v3 squad wipe in public matches one time and clipping it. It should be something that you do every single day. I know that might sound crazy to some of you, but honestly, guys, there really is a specific method that you can take to learn how to 1v3 squads more often. Now, there is going to be times where RNG just comes into the fact and there's just nothing you can do. It happens to me all the time. But once you learn how to perfect the small things of Apex, I promise you it will all come together and make one good attribute about yourself and the player that you are, and you'll be able to do these things a lot more often. So I encourage you guys to watch this video, and after you get done watching it, go into Apex and practice these things over and over. Try to perfect the small things that you think are unnecessary, that aren't really that big of a deal, the things that your high level friends are doing in rank, and just take the extra time out of your day like these higher level players do, and just get really good at these things, and you're going to be playing a whole lot faster than you were before. So the first point I want to stress is for all you Pathfinder mains out there, learn Pathfinder's grapple as much as you can. This goes way beyond to just trying to grapple to the highest point onto a wall. I'm sure most of you know how to do the swinging motion by now, or some people call it the Tarzan swing. Basically, if you don't know how to do it, all you do is you want to aim high up on a wall or a structure that you can swing around, and for instance, if you're swinging to the right, press your grapple, and as soon as your grapple hits, you're going to want to press W and A while looking to the left, and then as you're approaching the corner of the wall, you want to swing your mouse back to the right, or your analog stick on your controller back to the right, and then hold W and D. Now you can even take it a step further and learn how to air strafe, and as soon as your grapple lets go, you want to let go of W and use A and D and your mouse left and right, and this will allow you to strafe side to side. And if you're on controller, you would basically just make sure you're not holding diagonal up and left or up and right. Just make sure you're holding left or right. And this is such an important tip to learn, because this is going to allow you to choose where you want to land, and by choosing where you want to land, you're not forced to come to a complete stop and a complete halt. This will allow you to land on top of a rock or top of a hill and allow you to slide down and keep that momentum. So the second tip I can give you guys is to learn how to strategically crouch while in a gunfight. Now, I say strategically because a lot of people I see just spam the crouch button, and that doesn't really help very much because it becomes super predictable after a while. Everyone knows what your next movement's going to be. It's just an up and down constant movement, and it's really easy to track. You should go for something that's a lot more unpredictable, like standing up, counter strafing left to right for a quarter of a second, and then crouching for a quarter of a second, and then standing up for another quarter of a second, and then like double spamming crouch or something. Just something that's really unpredictable, and that's going to throw people's aim a lot more off because they're not really going to know when you're crouching or what you're doing. It's just going to be at random moments, which will probably make them miss an extra 3 or 4 shots, and that could be the difference between life and death. Now, the next tip I can give you guys is actually really simple. This is going to be something that you can probably learn in just 5 minutes, but it can be really big. This has helped me so many times escape from a team that I needed to get away from, or maybe if I'm 1v3ing a team and I down one and I need to get away to heal for the second guy, and that is covering the most ground as possible as fast as possible. So when Apex Legends first came out, someone made a video and determined that you reach your max sliding speed after you have ran for 2 seconds, and your sliding speed becomes slower than your sprinting speed after you have slid for 1 second. So I know that might sound confusing, but basically the gist of it is you want to run for 2 seconds and then slide for 1 second. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really slide for 1 second most of the time. Usually I just slide for half a second and then I jump. But this is a tip that has helped me so many times get away from a team and get repositioned, or take out a team of 3 by being able to knock one guy and then getting away from the second guy and able to heal. While I was editing this video, guys, I went back and watched some of those old YouTube videos that explain this method, and I actually found out that you jump 20% further by doing this correctly. So that would explain why this has helped me get out of sticky situations plenty of times. And it's also one of those things that's so basic that I thought everyone knew about this by now, but after watching so many people that are on my team in public matches, I just run by some of them so fast. Sometimes I'm able to get the care packages before they do. I'm able to get the death boxes before they do and get all the good loot. And it just seems like none of them know how to do it. They just hold shift and W, or either just, you know, hold sprint on the controller, and they don't ever think about sliding and jumping and all that, just for that extra movement, that extra boost. So that's definitely one thing you guys should be doing if you're not already. Now, the last and final tip that I have actually has nothing directly to do with your movement, but like most everything else in Apex, it does involve you moving in a certain way, so that's why I added it to this list. And it's kind of two things in one, but it's learning how to control the situation and also moving in unpredictable ways. So this is a little bit different than the crouching that I was explaining earlier, but basically what I mean by this is before you even engage that team of 3 by yourself, you need to have a full plan in mind of how you're going to do this. This should not be something that you just walk in there and then all of a sudden you get a 1v3. You have to have it preset in your mind who you're going to challenge first, where do you want them to be positioned, so that whenever you down them, you have a good escape route to go heal. When his teammates start to engage with you and you start to try to escape, learn how to find nearby objects that will allow you to have some unpredictable movement. So instead of running down the staircase like anyone else would, or instead of running in a straight line through a wraith phase, learn how to look for nearby objects around you that will allow you to confuse your opponent as to where you went, may give you that extra second to pop a syringe, pop a battery, pop a cell, and will allow you to engage in another person. And you can do the same steps over and over again until you've wiped out the whole squad. But one of the biggest mistakes I see wraiths make and I see pathfinders make is whenever I start to get them weak, they try to use their tactical ability to escape, but they go in such a predictable way that it's really easy to laser a pathfinder out the sky, or it's really easy to just follow that wraith in a straight line to wherever she's running to and just pre-fire as soon as she comes out. You should be practicing things like portaling out of a situation and then throwing thermites and arc stars at the end of the portal so that when they try to chase you, they're instantly punished. Maybe blocking a door and throwing a bunch of grenades that will buy you some time to pop a battery. Also, you can even like wall jump or something that's super unpredictable. If you don't know what wall jumping is, I'll leave a link in the description to a tutorial on how you can do it. It's really easy, but I didn't include it in this video because most of the time that I've found myself using wall jump, it's really been for style, just for looks. I've only used it maybe 1 or 2 times in the entirety of Apex to get an advantage on someone, and it's really not that practical for rank, so that's why I didn't include it in here. But just remember, the more that you choose to learn, the more options you will have to get yourself out of a sticky situation. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy, if you think it helped you at all, please leave a like, and if you like content like this, remember to subscribe. I do post every other day, so if you guys want to see some more videos, remember to do that. Also, a big thank you to Call Me Bino for suggesting this video. Like I said before, if you guys have been suggesting videos in the comments, I am working on them. It's going to take me a while because I've had a lot of them, but I do appreciate you guys giving me ideas, so I do want you to know that I am working on those. Also, I've been thinking about every time I upload, taking my favorite comment from the previous video and just kind of giving a thank you for your generosity, for all the nice comments you guys have been giving me. It really does mean a lot. It really does encourage me a lot to keep making these videos. I'm just glad to know that people are watching them and that people are enjoying them. So just as kind of my give back to you guys for doing that, I know you guys love to see your name on the screen. I also find it really crazy that some people even have notifications on my channel and that are commenting and liking as soon as I upload and supporting me as soon as I upload. That kind of stuff means so much to me. Just the idea that there are real people out there that like to watch me, it really blows my mind sometimes. It makes me feel really good about doing these videos. So thank you guys so much for doing that. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. Have a good night. Go enjoy some Apex. Get in those vault rooms. Get good loot and destroy on everybody because RNG is so fun.
And I think I got one. Yeah, and I think I got one.